Hey guys, this is just going to be a reveal on my order from SGC, my graded cards that I sent over to SGC. Now, I did it through a company called Slabd, who are based in Adelaide. They do PSA and SGC cards. So basically, how a grading company works, you can send it to them. Fill out all the information on their website or however they do it, and they'll send it off to the majors for you. So to in this case PSA and SGC. I currently have cards sent to all three of the major companies, PSA, BGS, and SGC. Two of those companies were sent via Slabd. Now, Slabd is a company that is based in Adelaide, Australia. They are absolutely fantastic. They have a really easy to use website. Decent deals, I guess, as far as how expensive it is to send cards into grade nowadays. They only do PSA and SGC, but they're very just the work relationship I had with them. Like I can ask any questions. They were really quick to get back to me. They scanned all the cards the moment you sent them in. They constantly kept you updated. They gave you clear instructions on what to, like, if you have any questions, really, you can just ask them, but they gave really clear instructions on how to send them. So I highly recommend these guys. They seem really awesome, and you can follow them on Instagram and everything like that. So I sent in, this is my first time sending an order through SGC, and I didn't want to send my major hitters. So I've got, as you've guys seen from this channel, I got a whole bunch of a pretty big Khabib Nurmagomedov collection, and I just sent in base cards of his Topps Chrome. So one where he's punching Conor McGregor, and the other one where he's taking on Barboza. Really great set, this one here especially. I just sent in base cards. It was pretty pricey, but I didn't feel comfortable sending in my major cards. Like I just wanted to get a feel of what the whole process was like. So if you guys don't know, so you have the three major companies here. PSA is the most premium, the most recognizable. They got a very fantastic label here, and you can see how it's harder to see the grade there. So you can see it's a 9 there. And I love that how it's like as if they put the card first, and then if you want to know the information, you could look at it later. And also they have, these are on the newer ones. So this is kind of a newish slab. They have a QR code, which you can scan, and it'll get you to the data, like the population report of this card. So it's a really fantastic slab. It's really thin. You can stack them on top. It's designed that way, like a whole bunch. I think you can do that with all of them with their specific slabs. PSA is definitely the most recognizable one. And in fact, if you're looking to sell your cards, PSA is the one that'll get you the biggest return. The other companies just aren't as good as PSA's. Like if I was to put them on a ranking, PSA is like right up there, and the next one down is much lower. But the downside with PSA, and like also they're a really good company to deal with from what I've read. Like obviously I dealt with a third party, but PSA have a really good website where you can log things in. They detail, like it's just so well designed. But at the moment, the downside with PSA, they're just taking forever to grade cards. I heard they're much more strict now in giving out 10s or anything like that. Like that's just from YouTube. Like obviously, and reviews. Obviously, not many people have gotten their cards back because it's recently, because it's taking so long. So because everyone wants to grade cards, PSA, they just haven't opened up their offices yet, and it's probably going to take another several months before they open up again, and who knows what their prices are going to be. But definitely PSA is number one. The next highest up, and it goes pretty down low, is Beckett, and this is personally my favorite of all the grading companies. Their slab, because they offer the grades, which I really like. This one's only an 8. It's my favorite Michael Jordan card, by the way, of the inserts, the high voltage. I should do a video update on my Michael Jordan collection. But with BGS, they have a fantastic slab, especially if you can get any. I do have one that's graded in gold 9.5. If you watch my Michael Jordan Part 2 PC collection, I just couldn't be bothered to bring it out for this one. But if you get a 9.5, which is the equivalent of a 10 for PSA, you'll have a gold label, which looks really awesome. And there is a possibility if you send it in to BGS, you might get the 10 pristine, where all the grades are rated as 10. And then there's a black label, which I think a black label's all the grades are rated 10. And I think a pristine, which is 10, is like most of them is rated 10, I think, if that's right. So if you do get a pristine 10, that will get even higher than a PSA 10. But they're very rare. It's very, very difficult to get a pristine 10. But I personally love the BGS slabs. I think they're absolutely fantastic. It's my favorite out of the three majors. But the downside with BGS, their website, like how to submit cards, is pretty dated. You still have to fill out a form. I don't think there's anything online. You currently can't send anything into Beckett, for grading, because they're shut down just like PSA. Too many people sent cards in, and it's the other downside is they take a very long time to get cards back to you as well. Even before the shutdown, I heard they took a very long time. I currently have cards sent at BGS, and I don't know when I'm going to get them back. They're moving very slow. And then, of course, the third big company, SGC, and I fell in love with, or the idea of SGC from Sports Card Investor, I think his YouTube channel is. I watch it all the time. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. But he did an inside tour of their work, of their offices, and they seem like really fantastic people. They really want to get, while the two majors are shut down, they really want to get a footing in the industry, and they're very respectable. SGC, they got a fantastic black on their slab, so the card really pops. They're very respected, especially for older cards, and they're trying to make a footing for modern cards and all kinds of things. But just from watching that inside view of the whole company and how they grade cards, I took a really big liking to their company. The only downside with their slabs, I've seen just from the Facebook groups that I'm a part of, I've noticed they're prone to cracking on their slabs. I've seen a few of them, and it might be because they've got the black insert inside, but I've seen a few slabs where they got just a bit of cracking on there. And also they don't have subgrades, they don't have a QR code, just little things like that. And like the number is really massive as well. I suppose BGS is pretty big as well, but it just kind of takes away from the cards. Like you kind of look at the number first before looking at the card. But and I do like the simplicity of their font and their labeling. Not decent typography and layout there, I think. But the highlight is the black. I think it just really makes the card pop. Anyway, I'll get to the reveal now of my Khabib cards that I sent in to SGC. And again, these are just going to be base cards because I just wanted to get a feel of what it was like. So, rubber band here. And let's see how we go. All right, cool. Alrighty, so I'll try to do this. Yeah, that looks like the bottom there. I thought they sent it with a sticker tuxedo. Tuxedo. Okay, anyway. So these are all just base cards. Let's see how I go, guys. So if I was to hold like that, I'd have to cover that way. Okay, cool. So the first one. So if we get the pristine 10, so that's a thing about the possibility with SGC. Their highest label is a gold label, 10. Which you can charge a premium for. So hopefully we can get a 10. Otherwise, these cards won't be worth that much, like a couple $100. I could sell them on eBay or just hold them because there's not many of the Topps Chrome cards at all for Khabib. For any of the UFC fighters. Topps just didn't print as many because, UFC just isn't a big thing. As big a sport as baseball or basketball, but it is growing. These guys are going to be the superstars of the world, other than America. So anyway, I'll just hold it there. Okay, so we got Topps Chrome here with Khabib, and we got a 9.5. All right, that's a very, very high grade. Very happy with that. Beautiful card. Look at that. You almost think it's a refractor. All right, guys, another one here. And a 10. Geez, look at that. A gem mint 10 here. All right, beautiful. Okay, and let's see how we went here. And another 10. Wow, look at that. Just 10s coming out all over the place. 9.5s and 10. These are modern cards as well, guys. So you can expect that they'll be pretty good. And here we go. Oh, and a 6. And I know why this is, because you get that. You can see like the other card coming through, like so when they cut them at the factory, you can see that the other card is still showing through. So I think this went down just because of the centering. That's fine. I just wanted to learn as much as possible. And here we go again. A 7. And why did this get a 7? Yeah, again, you can see the hand coming through. And I learnt a bit about grading only after I sent this in, so I probably would have had second thoughts. And here we go again. Okay, so these are the heavy hitters here. This is Khabib punching Conor McGregor, one of the biggest fights ever. 9.5. Happy with that. That's beautiful. And here we go again. 9.5. All right. And here we go again. 10 here. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Look at that. Big fat 10 gem. Gem it there. 9 here. And last card, guys. Let's no gold label, but we got a 9. Okay, so 110 here for Khabib taking on Conor McGregor. These are just the base cards, a whole bunch of 9.5s, some very low. We got a 6 on one of them, unfortunately, because the centering is way off. Let's compare that to a 10. So as you can see here, let's have a look at a 10 and let's have a look at 9. You can see how left Barbosa is and Khabib, and you can see how much centered, I guess, Khabib is there. So that's a difference there. So I reckon if you were to look at this card, the surface of it and the edges, I reckon they'd be pretty good because it's a modern card. But because you can see the edging there where they cut it, you can see the other card, like, so probably this exact card is on the left. You can see it coming through there, so probably that edge is coming through there, and they would have graded this really low because the centering is very far off. Yeah, that's fine. This is just a learning experience for me, an expensive one, but I'm glad. So I really recommend Slabd here. I reckon they're a fantastic company. This is for Australian guys looking to grade their cards. And if you're happy with SGC, the third biggest company, which I think are heavily growing, yeah, go send your cards in with them. They're really fantastic. So just to compare them to the others, so you got BGS, PSA, and SGC. All right, thanks guys. I'll let you know if any other cards come through from PSA and BGS.